What is going on, guys? Trey coming back at your screen by means of the World Wide Web. And we're gonna go ahead and get into part 2 of these prize highlights, and we're gonna start with our Sarah Linda recolor here, Aprilvis. So, like I just previously stated, Aprilvis is just a recolor of Sarah Linda, an older fighter that came out a while back. Aprilvis is a water warlock, so of course we're going to be talking about decent HP but heightened attack and wisdom. Defense and agility is lower on this one. So to take a look at Aprilvis's raw stats off of the edge, we have 3,394 HP, 4,760 attack, 1,038 defense, 3,045 wisdom, and 1,377 agility, with total stats of 13,614. So pretty decent statistics there for a water warlock. His skills, Drench Elite, nothing new there with a 2 cooldown. That's pretty much the average of that skill. So nothing too special coming out of Aprilvis, guys. Honestly, at the end of the day, unless you're a straight up beginner, this guy's going to be super fused fodder for you. He'll be really good fodder for attack, but he'll be pretty decent fodder for HP as well as wisdom. So if you're looking for any of that, Aprilvis may be the one you want to go for. Now, another one of our superstars for this event, because as I previously stated, guys, this dungeon actually has some pretty nice fighters. So here's one of them, Jester Bangs here. I like his look. It fits his name to a T. It's perfect. So definitely a nice name. Jester Bangs is a lightning guru, so of course he's going to have the heightened wisdom. And this is another one of our special type of gurus, guys, who are actually slower than usual. They don't have the 4,000 to 5,000 agility. Let's go ahead and get into his stats off of the edge. 3,914 HP. Their DNA is really making some of these buffed up gurus with high HP, guys. So that's a pretty nice amount of HP. Only 511 attack. You gotta definitely consider this guy's purpose, because his skill is Heal All Adept with a 1 cooldown, which I believe we've only seen on one other fighter, guys. So this guy's a rare case indeed. So his attack is not an important stat at all. If you're using this guy, you are using him for his cooldown skill. You are not using him to attack at all. So that one turn that he has to wait between attacks is going to be extremely weak with only 511 attack, guys. But at any rate, 1,392 defense, a whopping 7,959 wisdom, guys. So this guy's heal all is going to heal a megaton, big time. This guy's going to heal a lot of HP. And agility coming in at 2653 for total stats of 16,429. So Jester Bangs is definitely a good fighter, guys. For those who don't want to keep him, which I can't understand why you wouldn't, this guy's actually pretty nice. Unless you're not looking for a heal all. But even still, this guy is hands down some of the best, if not the best, agility fodder you can find right now. That's non-legendary anyway. I don't talk about legendaries being super fused fodder, because I just would never use them for that. But yeah, 7,959 wisdom, guys. This guy's going to be doing some serious healing, some big time healing, you can believe it. So yeah, Jester Banks is definitely a keeper for anyone, whether you just started playing or you're one of the vets that have been playing for quite some time. Jester Bangs can do some good for your band, especially in this event dungeon, and not even this specific dungeon, even in future dungeons. Jester Bangs will do you a lot of good, guys, with that 1 cooldown heal all, and it's going to heal a ton. So if you're looking for some survivability, guys, look no further than Jester Bangs for sure. Okay, now we're going to get into the first of our hot fighters, who is our Burning Fox here, Reineke. So Reineke is a fire rogue, so of course the attack and the agility is present, along with a pretty decent amount of HP on this one, guys. So I definitely like this guy's look. I think he looks pretty cool myself. But let's get down to the statistics here. Off of the edge, This guy has 3,152 HP, 4,794 attack, 1,637 defense, 988 wisdom, and 4,970 agility, with total stats of 15,541. So pretty nice statistics, guys. He's pretty decent. Sting Elite, single target with a 1 cooldown, which is basically average for what we see. Once again, Sheamus is the only one that has a better cooldown than that, because he is auto proc. So yeah, Sting Elite, guys, if this is what you are using, Reineke is definitely a good choice. But overall, Sting is just not that great of a skill anymore like it used to be, guys. So Sting fighters don't seem to be getting much love anymore. So if you don't want to keep this guy, he's definitely pretty good attack as well as agility fodder for sure, and he's pretty decent on as far as HP fodder as well. So if you don't want to keep him, beginners can definitely use him, but anyone above that is probably going to end up super fusing this guy, and he'll get you pretty good attack and agility and pretty decent HP for super fuse. So those are the 3 we're going to look at today, guys, to keep these videos a little bit shorter in length. Let's go ahead and go over to our comparisons really quickly to see who we'll be matching these fighters up against. So the first one we're going to be comparing is going to be Aprovis, and pretty much the perfect fighter to compare him to would be Issa here. So to get down to the comparison here, they're both Water Warlocks. They're both Drench Elite with a cooldown of 4-2. So they're really similar in those aspects, and they're really not that different statistically either, guys. To get down to the stats here, Aprovis is just a hair better than Issa in every category, and I do mean a hair. Aprovis has 36 more HP, 50 more attack, a whopping 9 more defense, 32 more wisdom, and 15 more agility. So if you were to total that all up, Aprovis has 142 more total stat points than Issa, a whole 142. So honestly, if anybody out there is using Issa, honestly, unless you're just sitting on bidders that you have nothing to do with, don't even bother with Aprovis. It's really not worth it to get him. But for those who have the bidders and want to use them as super fuse fodder, you can definitely do that, because anyone besides beginners, that is what's going to be Aprovis as well as Issa's use anyway. So that is it for those guys. The next one we need to compare is our man Jester Bangs here, and the one we're going to be comparing him to is not Bolduin. Wrong, it's going to be this guy, Ludbert, the recolor. So the reason I decided to compare him to Ludbert, guys, to break it down really simple, Jester Bangs Lightning Guru, Ludbert Air Guru. They both heal all adept with a cooldown of 3-1. And as I stated earlier, these fighters are rare, guys. Actually, Ludbert was the first one to have this 3-1 cooldown on heal all adept, I believe, and Jester Bangs is the second. So as you can see, there's only 2 of them, guys. So in my mind, I felt it was only right to compare Jester Bangs to Ludbert. So let's get down to the statistics here. So Jester Bangs has 2,128 more HP than Ludbert. Ludbert has 743 more attack than Jester Bangs, which is really insignificant. Like I stated previously, if you're using these fighters, you are not using them for attack. You just are not. So what the damage that they do really doesn't make a lick of difference. Jester Bangs has 583 more defense than Ludbert. Jester Bangs has 2,819 more wisdom than Ludbert. And finally, Jester Bangs has 2,239 less agility than Ludbert. So if we were to do the total stat comparison, Jester Bangs has 2,548 more total stat points than Ludbert. So basically, what does that mean, guys? Jester Bangs is the better fighter. Ludbert has more attack, which is insignificant, and also more agility, which is kind of insignificant now that DNA has changed the game up, because healing takes priority, guys. When a heal skill procs, it takes priority over everything. I do believe heal will come before even preempt and thwart. Yes, it does. So even Ludbert's agility doesn't really even play that important of a role anymore, guys. When they're ready to proc, I guess, I mean, if you had multiple healers on your team or something like that, say you had Just the Bangs and Ludbert, I'm pretty confident, I'm not certain, I haven't tested it, but I'm pretty confident Ludbert would heal before Just the Bangs because of the agility. But other than that, it really doesn't play any role at all whatsoever. So me personally, I think Just the Bangs is the better fighter, and with that wisdom, he's gonna heal a lot more. I mean, he has more survivability, having a 21-28 more HP. I mean, Just the Bangs is just where it's at, and that guy is going to cost a pretty penny on the trade board. You can believe that. And the final fighter we are going to be comparing for today is going to be our Reineke comparison. And the fighter that I decided to compare him to is Kantarank. So this is an older fighter we had from a older dungeon event. So to break it on down, guys, Reineke is a fire rogue, Kantarank is an air rogue. They both are Sting Elite with a 3-1 cooldown. Now, just like we just compared Aprilvis and Issa, it is pretty much closely similar to Reineke and Kantarank here, and that Reineke is just a smidget better than Kantarank in every category. So to break it down, Reineke, 34 more HP, 50 more attack, 18 more defense, 11 more wisdom, and 50 more agility. So Reineke has 163 more total stat points than Kantarank. So basically, guys, just like I said on Aprilvis and Issa, unless you're sitting on bidders with nothing to do, if you're using Kantarank, there's really not much of a need to upgrade to Reineke. They are just so super duper similar. It's not really worth the bidders to do it unless you have them just available and ready to make a move on something. Then by all means go ahead and get Reineke. But other than that, guys, you will be fine if you are using Kantarank. So that's where we're going to stop today, guys, to keep these videos shorter. I hope you enjoyed it. Please stick around for the next part, as it will be coming your way soon. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informational and helpful, and hopefully you stick around to watch the next part. So thank you for watching. Please continue to like, subscribe, favorite, share, comment, and everything else. And I will be back at your screen with more soon, guys. Later.